The next morning, before the day broke.
Dear sister, if you are not asleep, do tell us about the pleasant tales of Aladdin and the magic lamp.
As Aladdin sat on the stairs in utter misery and wept about his predicament, he began to rub his hands together. All at once, there was some smoke and an enormous genie appeared before him.
I am not your service master. Ask me whatever you want. I am the slave of whoever wears my master's ring.
Oh, slave of the ring, I want you to carry me to the surface of the earth.
As soon as he finished his words, the earth opened up and he found himself out of the cave from where he entered the cave. Aladdin arose and ran towards the city.
Mother! I want you to know something. That evil man tried to take my life. He cannot be my uncle. His only wish was to use me so that he could get what he wanted. His fondness for me was only pretension.
Truly, the man is a dangerous criminal. How foolish am I to think of him as your uncle. Next day,
Mother, please fetch me the lamp I brought with me. I'll go and sell it and buy some food with the money.
So, Aladdin's mother fetched the lamp for her son, but she saw the lamp was exceedingly dirty. My son, here's the lamp, but it is dirty. I think that it will sell for more if we wash it and polish it. Then she began to rub the lamp with it. However, all of a sudden, a gigantic genie appeared.
Tell me what you want, mistress. I am your slave, and to anyone who holds the lamp.
Aladdin's mother fell to the ground in a faint. Aladdin heard the slave talking to his mother, rushed over.
Ask my lord, whatever you want.
Oh, slave of the lamp, I'm hungry. I want you to fetch something for me to eat. And let that something be delicious.
Genie served 12 golden platters of different kinds of meat, delicious dainties, bread whiter than snow. After setting all these things before Aladdin,
here is what you desire. If you would like anything else, just tell me.
I don't need anything else right now, but if I do, I'll summon you. Now you can go. Get up, Mother. Let's eat this food.
Throw away the lamp and the ring. They can only cause us a great deal of problems.
No, Mother. It's impossible for me to throw away the lamp or the ring. But I will hide the lamp from your sight. And you will never have to see the genie again.
Do as your wish, my son. Aladdin and his mother continued eating the food that Genie had brought them. Aladdin took one of the platters to sell it.
My boy, if you indeed have something to sell to me, all you have to do is to show it. I'll pay you a good price. My son, this platter is pure gold and it's worth 70 dinars. If you agree to this price, you may have the money.
Huh? Aladdin accepted the money generously, and the day on he would bring the platters to the goldsmith, and so he and his mother were soon in better circumstances. After a few years, Aladdin became known and loved by most of the folk in the bazaar. One day, after rising at dawn and heading for the jeweller's bazaar, he heard that the lady Badr al-Budur, the Sultan's daughter, was visiting the bazaar. When Sultan's daughter had made the rounds of the city, she raised her veil and her face glittered like a bright sun. Aladdin caught the glimpses of her and fell in love with her. When he returned home, "My son, what happened to you?"
Mother, I cannot rest until I won the heart of my darling, the beautiful lady, Badr al-Budur. I'm determined to seek her hand.
Don't talk this way. Somebody might hear you and declare you insane.
I'm quite aware of that. I'm the child of poor parents. Despite all this, I'm not going to let myself be discouraged. I shall die if I cannot win the heart of my darling.
Now tell me, my son, if and only if I ask for his daughter's hand in marriage, what can we offer that suits his exalted position?
Since you brought up the subject of a gift, I can offer the king something that no other monarch in the world has ever seen. I know for sure how priceless our gems are. Now please bring me the bowl so that I can put some of them in there and arrange them in a splendid way. You see how magnificent this present is for the Sultan? Now you have no excuse, so please take this bowl and put my request to the Sultan. Don't worry yourself, mother. Remember, I have the lamp that provides me with the right answers.
Next day, Aladdin's mother took the bowl full of jewels to the palace, which she wrapped up in a fine kerchief.
Bring that woman to me, so that I can find what she wants and grant her request. Woman, tell me now if there is a request that you want of me.
Truly, my lord, there is something I would like to request. But before I do this, I would like you to grant me your protection, because your highness may find my petition highly unusual.
Tell me your request, for you are under the protection of the Almighty.
Great king, I have a son named Aladdin. One day, he had a glimpse of the lady Badr al-Budur, the Sultan's daughter. Ever since the time he looked at her, he has demanded that I go and ask permission from your highness for him to wed your daughter. Therefore, I hope your highness will be merciful. I beg you not to punish us. After she said, everyone in the palace started laughing at her.
Tell me, what is that you have been carrying in your mantilla?
She immediately opened the mantilla and set a bowl of jewels before him.
Never in my life have I seen anything as beautiful as these jewels. I don't think that I have a single one in my treasury like these. Whoever makes a present like this to me deserves to become the bridegroom of my daughter. As far as I can see, nobody is more worthy than this man. I want you to go and tell your son that I am a man of my word, but he can have my daughter only on the condition that he has to get me 40 platters of pure gold, all brimful with gems, with as many as male and female servants. If your son can provide this, then I will marry him to my daughter.
Aladdin's mother departed with a shock.
Tell me, what happened?
The Sultan received me with all due honor and had marveled at the extraordinary size of the jewels. But the Sultan replied with a list of demands. He expects you to give him a reply right away.
Mother, please calm down. The Sultan has demanded such extraordinary gifts that he can deter me from marrying his daughter. The fact is, that he's demanded much less than I had expected. Do me a favor and go out to purchase the food for dinner.
Aladdin took the lamp and rubbed it. Immediately the slave appeared.
Ask, my lord, whatever you want.
I've asked permission from the Sultan to marry his daughter, and he has demanded 40 platters of the purest gold, and all to be filled with gems that come from the garden in the underground cave. They are to be carried on the heads of 40 male and female servants. I want you to bring them to me at once.
As you request, my lord.
When Aladdin's mother returned home, and when she entered the house, she saw the servants and jewels. All this has come from the marvelous lamp.
Mother, please take this to the Sultan at once so that he'll know that I'm prepared to provide him with all he wants and more.
As Aladdin's mother walked forward as the servants followed her in fine procession, the Sultan was extremely astonished and captivated by the jewels and servants. My lord, this small token is the least we could do to honor the lady Badr al-Budur. Actually, she really deserves much more than this.
Go to your son and tell him that I have accepted this gift and shall keep my word. My daughter shall be his bride and he my son-in-law. This very night will be the beginning of the marriage festivities. Only he must come here without delay.
You'll be glad once you hear my news. The Sultan has accepted your offer and you are now engaged to the lady Badr al-Budur. You are to be married to her this very night, my son.
Thank you, Mother. I'm so happy to hear the news.
Aladdin took the lamp and rubbed it. Immediately, the genie appeared.
Ask, my lord, whatever you want.
I want you to fetch me the most expensive and regal garments that surpass anything ever worn by a king. And fetch me a stallion fit for a king, and let his trappings be studded with gold and the finest jewels. I want you to produce a dozen servants incomparably beautiful and magnificently dressed, so that they can accompany my mother to the royal palace.
As you command.
Aladdin dressed like a prince and mounted his horse with servants in front and behind. Once Aladdin reached the palace,
My lord, thanks for your generosity. You have promised me the hand of your daughter, and I hope you will grant me a plot of land where I can build a pavilion suitable for your daughter.
My son, look around you and choose whatever ground you deem suitable for your plans. But I think the best place would be to build your palace on that broad ground over here facing my palace.
I could wish for nothing better than to be near you, Your Highness.
Aladdin mounted his horse and rode from the palace and reached his home. Once there, he took the lamp and rubbed it. Immediately, the genie appeared.
Ask, my lord, whatever you want.
I have an important and urgent task for you. I want you to build me a palace in front of the Sultan's palace right away. It must be marvelous and furnished royally with every possible comfort.
As you request, my lord.
Before daybreak, he finished the palace and disappeared. As the sun began to shine, the Sultan rose from his sleep and went to his window, from which he saw a new grand palace opposite to his palace. Every soul in the city was wonderstruck by the spectacle. Meanwhile, the bands played with a splendid marriage feast was displayed in the palace. The marriage contract had been signed between Aladdin and the lady Badr al-Budur. The king summoned the qazis and witnesses.
My only satisfaction is that the little boy has perished in that game, and I can only hope that someday I may still hold the lamp.
He took a magical square box and studied them carefully to make sure of Aladdin's death and determine the exact position of the lamp. He became furious when he knew that Aladdin was alive.
I have suffered more pain than any other mortal could bear because of that lamp, and that boy did not have to do a thing for it to fall into his hands. All the more reasons why I must destroy him.
Wow, this is the most enchanting story I've heard, sister.
The rest is still more wonderful, and you would say so. If the Sultan would allow me to live another day and would give me leave to tell it to you the next night.
I'll wait for some more time. I can kill her any day.
Come on, little bunnies. Give thumbs up for the video, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos.